Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Steve Murray with Insurance Agency Marketing Service. Our guest speaker today will be Dave Pimper. Dave is the president of Lazarus Coaching, and he also runs his own financial services firm. He's been in the business since 1981, about 570 seminars now under his belt, public seminars, which over 40 years is a pretty good average per seminars per year. So he's pretty, seminar is a big part of his business. Radio is also a big part of Dave's business. He's had 25, 30 years of experience on the radio. Last 3 or 4 years, he's done a hour-long radio show and coached our producers on the same hour-long recorded radio show, Retirement Boss Radio. Holds securities licenses, Series 6, 7, 24, 65. He is also a very accomplished marketer. So we're really pleased to have Dave on here today to talk about Social Security claiming. It's been such a hot button topic over the last, over the last 10 or 11 years, but over the last 8, 9 months, it just has gotten on fire. And I know that that's probably why many of you have joined us this morning. You probably have questions, or your clients or prospects have questions that you want to be able to answer. So today, Dave is going to be able to take some time and run through about the 5 most common questions that come up and the answers to help you get through that. He'll offer his services for additional assistance. And then more importantly, to many of you on the line with us today, he's also going to talk about some of the ways that expertise has gained him new business and gained him additional business with existing customers, which I know that's not the only reason we like to learn about these different financial services issues, but certainly it's an important reason for those of us today, those of you today that make your living day to day growing your business. So really, really happy to have you all aboard with us on a Friday morning. I think that shows a lot of dedication when somebody is willing to take out some time on a Friday and learn more to help them grow their business and to help their clients. So appreciate that. We are definitely biased towards helping folks like you that are looking to be more valuable to your clients and more valuable in your area. So a couple things I want to run through before Dave gets started. We've got a great new producer program. We call it New Producer Bonus, New Producer Builders. And the idea behind that is generally we try and put things in place for you that when you do business with us at 180 days, you can choose at different levels to grow your business. But there are some straight incentives in there as well. You see, we've got a Ritz-Carlton vacation. We've got some cash incentives as well that you can choose from. But I wanted, based on today's subject matter, I wanted to draw your attention to the 750 level. So that means 750 of points, 750 of annuity premium. I think that's about 75,000 of life premium. We'll also get you set up and have us do a couple of Social Security seminars for you. And once you get into that, I know that you're going to be happy with the results and want to do more. So we'll pay for that if you decide to claim at that 750 level. Take advantage of that for those of you that are just getting rolling with us or trying to consider looking at our attendees today. I think most of you are already doing business with us or appointed with us on some level, but if you just get rolling with us, take advantage of those new producer builders. And for those of you that have been with us for a while, you know well about our RPM program and marketing reimbursement. RPM program is simple. When you refer a producer to us, they get appointed, we send you a check for $50. No big deal there. But as they do business, then we pay you a bonus. Remember, that bonus doesn't come out of anything from them. We pay that out of our advertising budget. So everything that's available to you as a customer, as a valued customer of Insurance Agency Marketing Services over the last 36 years is also available to them. And so whether it's an incentive or anything that we do training wise, our academies, obviously products and the service that we provide, all of that is available to them, just like it's available to you. Marketing reimbursement, very simple program. When you do business, we put money into your marketing reimbursement account, and then when you spend money on marketing, we will reimburse that on a dollar for dollar basis. So it basically doubles the value of your marketing dollars, and that happens automatically. You don't have to do anything. That just is an account that gets built up here in your name. Life and Annuity Academy is very, very popular this year. I think people are kind of coming out of their shell even more so than they were at the end of last year in terms of, and not just not just at the consumer level, but at our producer level. And so our academies are filling up pretty quick this year, which is great. I love that. I think it's a great opportunity for you to help kind of supercharge your marketing. There just has never been a better time than right now. That's probably a little bit of an overstatement, but in the last 15 to 20 years, I think you would all agree that between the market jitters, rising interest rates, even concerns around banks, those things are all driving a lot of money to safety. And for a lot of folks, safety means insurance companies, whether that's life insurance or annuities. We just are kind of considered a safe, rightly so, considered a safe haven. So it's a good time to supercharge your marketing. I'm going to put up a quick poll, and I'm going to just ask you to do a quick answer for me if you can, if I can get this poll to launch. So if you would like to join us at an academy, I'm just going to leave this poll up for about a couple minutes, but if you would like to join us at an academy, hit yes there, and we'll send you out a registration form. And when you complete and return that registration form, that's when we know that you're interested in attending. Otherwise, we generally, except for just a blanket email, we're not going to invite you in. So we have to have one of those registration forms in our possession before an invite goes out. So if you haven't done that already, hit yes on that poll. We'll get the registration form out, you return it, and then remember, we take care of the expenses associated with that academy, and we've got some great speakers there. We've got top producers that come in. We've got some of our vendors, some of our kind of third-party folks that we work with on preset appointments come in and kind of walk through what they do and how they do it and whether it might be a good fit for you. We have we do talk about product. It's not most of the folks that are going to be in attendance at our academies, probably all of them, are not really going to be folks that are just kind of breaking into our marketplace. So they're going to be folks that have generally had experience, no products, but do we talk a little bit about product? Yes, because there's some cutting edge stuff out there that you need to be aware of, but it's not a product dump. It's more of a sales and marketing opportunity. So if those things are of interest to you, we do take care of your costs. We'll take care of your travel costs. We'll take care of your hotel and your meals, et cetera, while you're with us. But you're going to be out of your office for 3 days. It'll generally, they go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We have you come in sometime. We arrive late afternoon, early evening Wednesday. We actually start some training Wednesday night. We go all day Thursday and half a day Friday. So you're going to be out of your office for a full 3 days. We know that's not invaluable to you, and so that's the cost for you. But I know that you're going to that time spent away is going to be very valuable to you as well. So let me close that poll out. You can see, and I know that there are some of you aboard that for whatever reason, sometimes if you're just listening and not looking, or you can't vote, that's fine. Our number here is 800-255-5055. And we can go ahead and if you call that number, we can send you out the registration form via email as well. So again, 800-255-5055. Okay, I'm going to close that poll out. Let's get moving along here. So most of our guys and gals now do their applications via eApp, and many of you are fully aware of our Firelight application on our website. It's a way that instead of going from carrier website to carrier website, you can go and do your e-applications all from one spot. Obviously, one advantage of that is you don't have to go from website to website, but other advantages are, for instance, you're doing 2 applications with 2 different carriers. Instead of having to fill all that information in twice, you can put it in once and kind of do a cut and paste, and it'll move that information to application number 2 for you. Another obvious advantage is that that information then flows right into our system, and it flows right directly into a carrier system. If you have never experienced the speed of an e-application in terms of how quickly they appear on the insurers or the manufacturer's website and how quick your process gets started, you'll be amazed. It usually is, unless there's a problem with the application, because we still have to check them and make sure that we have completeness, but it's pretty much instantaneous. And so that speeds up your processing time, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, depending on the carrier. So I would encourage those of you, and I know there's a couple of you aboard here that have not have not converted to those e-apps, I would encourage you to do so. Get with your sales director. You can get on our website. You can register on our website to do e-applications in literally 2 minutes, and they'll show you how to do that. Just call your sales director up and say, hey, I need to get registered. You put your email in, you put your information in. We frankly just check and make sure that you're appointed with carriers, and if that's the case, then we approve it, and then you're ready to go. So it's a much simpler process than it used to be, I will say that. We've got a great advertising team, and I hope you are all taking advantage of it. If you're not, there's no doubt that you're missing out on some free, effective marketing stuff that you can use as handouts and online to help grow your business. We'll do whatever we can for you on a pro bono basis. And there are some things, obviously, that have some costs. Most of those, frankly, our guys are using marketing reimbursement to do those. Sometimes you want to, if there's something we're doing for you, a website or wherever, you need to come out of pocket because your business isn't at the level that it needs to be with us to pay some of those expenses. That happens, but we're here to help you grow your business, and that's part of it. And frankly, the folks that we talk to that have used our team are amazed at the quality of the work, as I've always been. I mean, I'm an old guy. I'm 60. I'm amazed by what they can do and how easy they can do it and how good it looks. But I get that from our guys and gals all the time. It's just everybody's always really pleased with the work that they do. So hopefully you latch on to that and take advantage. Many of our folks, we've been working with the folks at Thomas Gold and the Retirement Analyzer now for about 18, 19 years. So it's been a good partnership over a long term. If you are using a software tool like this and you're happy with it, that's great. If you're not, I would encourage you to take a look at the Retirement Analyzer. I had a call with one of our guys that was at an academy. The folks from Retirement Analyzers, they're one of the presenters. They come in and talk about their product, and he, about a month after that, started using it, and he was at another recent academy, and he raised his hand and he said, hey, I don't want to jinx myself, but when I put somebody into the Retirement Analyzer, I have a 100% closing ratio. And of course, I'm like, what? that doesn't seem possible to me. And that's the same thing that Steve Goldstein said. He said, that's crazy. I mean, that's a real quality endorsement of the product that we have here. And I can understand why that would be. Two things go on there. Number one, when you want to use Retirement Analyzer on someone, you've got a prospect that's going to be pretty good. It's somebody that's going to be interested in the service that you offer. So that's point A. Point B, though, is that when they see the output that you can get from the Retirement Analyzer with the full syncing of all of their accounts and all that information, it's pretty powerful. Most folks are not able to pull all that together for them in the financial services business and show them everything. And that's very attractive. And the fact that you can do that and then show them on an annual basis kind of their progress towards their goals in retirement makes that a very, very sticky client. So we're very pleased with that. And here's the punchline. The reason that we have them come out to our academies is for our producers, we pay their monthly fee for that, which if that saves you $80, $85 a month. Now there's some add-ons you can get with that to even more, juice it up in terms of what it can do. You can, if you want it to be your CRM, they've got a CRM tool. There's a lot of things that you can use that for, but the base package, which is very, very valuable and useful. If you're producing with us, we pay for that. So because we're big believers, we know that it's going to help you grow your business. We know that it's going to be something that you look back and say, I'm glad that I got with IAMS and I got with the Retirement Analyzer. So take advantage of that. If you're not already, we'd love to help you. We'd also love to have you join us at the Seaside Sanctuary upcoming event at Kiawah Island. So beautiful location down there in South Carolina. I've talked to some folks, and I have myself have been to that resort property at Kiawah Island. It is a beautiful property. It's really kind of old, stately, luxury at a level that you just don't see other places. A lot of marble and wood. So it's a beautiful, beautiful property. and not just the hotel itself, but the property itself. Beautifully groomed, beautiful pools. You can see from the picture there right on the beach. We'd love to have you join us down there for a few days with your guest. And we've tried to make it very attainable. So we do an 18-month qualification, which still runs through the end of 2023. So we've got through the end of this year to qualify. It only takes 4.5 million. And I don't say that like I know that's still good work. If you're doing 4.5 million of credits, that would be 4.5 million of annuity premium, for instance. That'd be 450,000 of annuity, it's whatever that combination is to get there. But it is very attainable compared to a lot of what the few competitors that are in our marketplace that actually offer conventions. We like to pick places and locations that we can bring people to that are very nice, but are also we can make them very attainable. So we're going to have our biggest group ever, and we'd like you to be part of that. Our top 20 are going to spend an extra couple of days at the Charleston Place, which is a beautiful hotel down in Charleston. Love to have you join us for a great time down there. We're going to go April 14th through the 18th, and then that couple extra days at the Charleston Place for our top 20, and we'll be through the 20th. So love to have you join us there. All right, let's talk about Social Security maximization. Dave Pimper, the coach, is going to join us in a moment, and he's got about 13, 14 years experience now himself in the Social Security claiming business. He'll probably say a little bit more than that, but it's been that long since he's been working with that expertise to also do Social Security claiming seminars and drive business. So he's become quite an expert in the Social Security claiming business over the past, as I mentioned, he's got 41, almost 42 years in the business. But over the past 12 to 15 years, he's really gotten himself to a high level of expertise around Social Security claiming, which has been very valuable to our producer group in general. And so to have that expertise is a great thing, but then to couple that with the sales and even more importantly, the marketing experience with Social Security claiming seminars. He'll talk a little bit about how you can get in front of clientele in a very affordable fashion to share your expertise about Social Security claiming, maybe drive your additional business from your clients and drive new clients to your business. That's pretty valuable. And also Retirement Boss Radio. So that combination of having expertise around Social Security claiming and the expertise around marketing and sales is very valuable to our guys. So hold on just one moment. Good morning, Dave.
Steve, who is that? Who is that old guy's picture there?
I don't know. I don't know where he gets the money, Ty, either.
Yeah, well, it's only on the tie, believe me.
I gave them a little of your history and expertise levels as we started early on, and I wanted to touch base again around Social Security specifically, because you and I know how valuable that has been to you. And right now, just the numbers and the level of interest in Social Security claiming from a seminar standpoint is just over the top. So I wanted people to know that you've got experience and expertise, not only in the nuts and bolts of Social Security claiming, but also in the marketing of that as well. So I hope we're going to spend a few minutes and talk about that. But I'm going to turn the floor over to the coach, Dave Pimper, and let's talk about Social Security claiming and how that can grow your business.
Yeah, thank you very much, Steve. I appreciate it. Yeah, Social Security. I mean, a lot of advisors just don't understand Social Security. If you're working, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're working with someone between 50 and up, or 50 and 70, if you don't really know Social Security, you're going to be left out when people have those transitional questions on Social Security claiming. 94% of all Americans in retirement have and are taking a Social Security benefit, that are in retirement of age, are taking Social Security, if available, taking a Social Security benefit. They have it available. So let's talk about this. Sarah O'Brien from CNBC, a reporter, she wrote this a couple of years ago, but it said, it headlined, most retirees get little advisor help on Social Security. Majority of older Americans get no professional advice about a key part of retirement planning, Social Security, even if they work with a financial advisor. Not surprising. I mean, I mean, it's just a subject that is not well versed within our demographics. So this is a test only 1 in 300 seniors could ace. I aced it, but I know Social Security claiming. So take it with me. Take this test with me. There's 5 questions. Really, take it. Everyone who's on the line, we got quite a few. Take this test with me. First question. To maximize your monthly Social Security checks, at what age must you claim benefits? To maximize your monthly Social Security checks, at what age must you claim benefits? Okay, what is that age? To maximize it? Here we go. It's not full retirement age. That's when you get 100% of your benefit. If you delay, you can get 124% or more if you delay to 70, and that's the right answer. Question 2. What's the earliest age you can receive survivor's benefits if you're not disabled? If you're not disabled, how early can you take survivors? Write it down. Answer is not 62, 60. At a 28.5% discount, you can take it at age 60. 3, does your spouse need to receive spousal benefits? Well, does your spouse need to receive benefits for you to qualify for a spousal benefit? Does your spouse need to receive benefits for you to qualify for a spousal benefit? Yay or nay? Oh, it isn't yay or nay. It's age 60. Sorry about that. I'm going to give you that question. Yeah, that's the earliest age you can claim. It's not a yay or nay question. It's a 60 age question if you're not disabled. Okay? Now we're going to get a yay or nay. Let me see if I can get to this. It's yes. Yeah, well, I went backwards. Does your spouse need to receive receive benefits for you to qualify for spousal benefits? Yeah, they do. Your spouse has to take for you to take half of theirs. If they don't take, you don't get. Question 4, can divorced spouses receive spousal benefits? Good question. Can divorced spouses receive spousal benefits? You know what? Now it's yay or nay. It is a yay. But there are 4 stipulations that have to be met. And I'm going to give you one of them. Your marriage had to last at least 10 years. What's one of the other 3? Can divorced spouses receive spousal benefits? To get this answer right, you need to guess one of the next 3. Your marriage had to last 10 years. Okay, did you write it down? Here it is. You're currently unmarried. Your ex is at least 62. Divorce was 2 years ago or longer. So if you got one of those right, I'm going to give you a yes. I'm going to give you that question. And here's the last question. Are you eligible for survivor's benefits if you're divorced? Are you eligible for survivor's benefits if you're divorced? Yay or nay? Correct answer is yes. And again, those 4 stipulations, which we just went through them, have to be met. Yeah, you can act just as if you're still married to them, even if they're remarried. Not you, but them. Why is that important? Many more benefits for a married couple. How'd you do there? Well, what happens is that if you didn't really understand a lot of the questions, got the questions wrong, I'm telling you right now, that's the majority of you. Because I've done so many of those. Yeah, you know what? If you have some Social Security coaching, it could be very, very important. Just getting coached up on Social Security. And you could tag along with that if you wanted to do seminars, you want to do radio, then that certainly is a big play. I mean, I just did 3 seminars and I got 41 set appointments. Now, Natalie, my one of my 3 administrators, but she's my main administrator. She told me today that we are booked each day until June the 5th. I cannot take any more appointments during the day. I mean, there's only so many appointments I can take. What a great feeling, what a great situation to be in. How important is Social Security? Well, you know what? It's really important. 59% of all retirees count their Social Security benefit to be their major source of income. How about them apples? Yep. It says doing this one thing with your Social Security could mean losing $100,000 in retirement. Doing this one thing with your Social Security, I mean, $100,000 is a lot of money. How much does claiming Social Security at the wrong time cost you? Well, it costs you a lot. Retirees will lose an average of $111,000 in income over their lifetime because they took Social Security benefits at the wrong time. Overall, only 4% of retirees took Social Security at the financially optimal age. Only 4%. It's not very many. And that's why we coach, because we help people take more of their benefit, maximize it, optimize it. Social Security, a stroll down memory lane. Who was the president when Social Security started? FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. First check, 1940. Age 65 was the only age you could originally take it. And think about it. In 1950, there were about 15 people working for every retired. Today, 3 people working for every retired. In 1961, under President Kennedy, it went from 65 down to 62 that you could take it, but it's discounted. And then later on, you could take up as late as 70. Taxation started in 83, got increased in 93 if you make that kind of money. And the Bipartisan Budget Act 215 was the last time there was major reform. There's going to be another major reform here in the next year and a half. If you have a question, type it in. Be more than happy to answer it. Here's 3 important dates or ages that's important to Social Security. Earliest age you can take it, 62. Latest age you want to take it by or you lose your benefit, age 70. What's FRA? Somewhere between 66 and 67. Can it have a huge benefit? You darn right. If you claim at your right time. Not the right time, not a right time, but your right time. That's important. And live long enough to be able to value it. There's 2.85 trillion in the trust fund. In the trust fund. Used to always have government guaranteed special issue bonds, but the government's been borrowing from it, been selling those securities out and replacing with IOUs. So that's why people say it's a Ponzi scheme, but it's still the full faith and credit of the government backing it. Last year was the first year in 39 years that it ran a deficit. Yeah, it ran a deficit. About 50 billion, another 56 billion this year, but that's going to get bigger and bigger. Supposed to run out of money in 2034 is when it will run out of money. They're either going to tax more or increase the age, one of the two. And they're not very good at cutting expenses, so they'll probably tax more is what I guess. I'm not for that, but that's probably what will happen. It is funded by payroll taxes, the 6.2% you pay, the 6.2% your employer pays. They do borrow against it, issue IOUs. It's not a Ponzi scheme, not at all. You need 40 quarters of coverage. It's $1,640. That is what your coverage is for a year minimum. You need 10 years of that. Then they take your 35 highest years, and inflation last year was 5.9, this year 8.7. It looks like next year will be between 3 and 3.5%. That's how much inflation's gone down, or they tell us anyway. Full retirement age, also called normal retirement age, FRA, normal retirement age, NRA. If you're born from 43 to 54, you get your full benefit. Not your biggest benefit, but your full benefit at 66. 1955, 66 years and 2 months, 56, 66, 4, all the way up to 1960 or later, age 67. Newborn born today, age 67. So if you take early, it's reduced. In fact, This shows you, if you look at age 62, depending on your full retirement age of 66 to 67, it's discounted anywhere from 25 to 30%. That's a lot of discount for the rest of your life. If you wait longer, I'm waiting longer. I mean, I've just waited 2 years. I got a guaranteed 8% a year. Then you throw another COLA on there of 5.9 and 8.7. I mean, my benefit, I have right at a $3,000 full retirement FRA benefit. Yeah, I mean, my account grew $900 in 2 years for Social Security because I delayed. Social Security spousal benefits. PIA stands for primary insurance amount. That's the amount of full retirement age. Dave's PIA, primary insurance amount, to 2,400. Amy's PIA is 1,000. So here's what happens. Dave gets his 2,400. Amy actually, she either gets all of her benefit, which is 1,000, or half of Dave's, which is 1,200. Well, which one's she going to get? She gets the higher one. She gets the 1,200. Do you think you have to ask for this benefit, or is it done automatically? Interestingly enough, it's done automatically. You don't have to ask for it. Amy will get 1,200, half a Dave's, bigger than her 1,000. Survivor benefits, Dave's is 2,000, Amy's is 1,200. Dave dies first, which happens mostly. Most likely, the guy dies first. Yeah, Dave dies. Amy she can't take both her benefit and Dave's benefit. She can either take all of her benefit or all of Dave's benefit, whichever she wants. Well, here she's going to drop her benefit and take Dave's. She jumps up from a $1,200 single benefit to a $2,000 single benefit. She can't get them both. So there's still a loss of money to the family, but she gets the bigger benefit. Done automatically or done by asking? Done by asking. You have to ask. Divorced spouse? It goes right back to that question that we asked in the quiz. Marriage lasted 10 years or longer, continuously. You're currently unmarried. Your ex can be married, but you are currently unmarried. Ex is at least 62. Divorce happened 2 years ago or longer. Yeah, all those things line up. Beautiful. You can take your ex just as if you're married to them. You can take each other if it helps you. Doesn't always help, but there are more options. Spousal coordinated benefit. I mean, I shouldn't even really talk about this. You have to be born before January 2nd of 1954. That puts you at 69 years and about 5 or 6 months. So there's really only about 6 months left. But if you were 6 months and then under 70, so born in that little time slot there, that donut hole, what happens is you can, as long as Amy, the spouse, is taking their benefit, and it doesn't have to be full retirement age, in this case it is, but you're in that area, you can start a restricted application and get half of Amy's benefit through a spousal benefit. Let yours grow the guaranteed 8% per year. Pretty cool. Doesn't happen very often, but there's still 6 months left on it. Please put in a question if you have any questions whatsoever. Steve and I will be more than happy to answer those for you. So this blew me away when I started. I've been in the business for 42 years, since 1981, but boy, this was a shocker to me 11, 12 years ago when I started really studying and learning, educating myself on Social Security claiming strategies. The Social Security personnel, or the people working for Social Security, they cannot give advice. They can give your highest benefit at a certain age. They cannot scenario plan. They can't say the what ifs, what they would do. They can't give you advice. And this comes right from their program's operational manual. Provide enough information so that claimants can make informed choices, but do not give advice. How wild is that? They can't give advice. We do. That's what we do. We give advice. If you want to just take your benefit, go to Social Security Administration. If you want to go in and give advice of when to maximize it, you talk to someone like us. It says consider your income streams before you claim. You know what? Social Security, and I heard this once. I always say it's the worst water cooler talk there is. Hey, Dave, I took Social Security at 62, and you should too. Hey, Dave, I take Social Security at 70 and you should too. It's not a standalone income stream. It's part of it's part of, um, um, there's some legs to that stool that are important. Claim at your right time. So here it is. There's 5 pillars of income, Social Security being one. We think it's the most flexible. Wages, pensions, income producing assets, RMDs, actually at 73 now, after the Secure Act of 2.0 implemented 1/1 of this year. But it's really how Social Security complements and conduits those other 4 income streams. So number 3 there, when you're looking at IRAs and 401ks and investments, that's the chance that you've got to work with that client. And that's very important. There's just a lot to consider, tons to consider when it comes to Social Security claiming. A lot of benefits, your benefit, spousal benefit, divorce benefit, what your personal history is, what your asset base are, what kind of income coming in, what your expenses look like, when do you want to take, how long do you think you'll live? I mean, all kinds of questions. Social Security Administration can't ask any of those. We go out 3 different ways to coach Social Security claiming. You can do it through seminar marketing. We coach Social Security claiming, 3 sessions. You don't pay for it. You pay for the seminar, $2,950, but you get me for 3 sessions, and IAMS pays me to coach you. Retirement Boss Radio, same thing. About 35-40% of our business comes in from Social Security questions. That turns into business. The average cost of radio, $3,500 to $4,000 a month. That's about what it's going to run you. But we coach you from A through Z, or you can just take 4 coaching sessions. I just want to learn Social Security. I'm doing 3 of those right now. I just want to learn Social Security to help their practice, help be a better advisor. Yeah, it's $200 times 4 sessions, $800. You get a lot of attachments from me, and then availability to talk to me, whenever you want to on your Social Security questions. There's an old saying, it says, procrastination is my sin. It brings me constant sorrow. I really shouldn't practice it. Perhaps I'll stop. Tomorrow never comes, does it? No one's ever come up to me in 42 years and said, Dave, you can't believe how rich I've gotten out of procrastinating. People who take action are the people who are the most successful. Steve's going to put this poll up. If you'd like more information on Social Security claiming, I'd like to help you. Mark yes. We talk for 15, 20 minutes, see if there's some kind of fit for me to go in and to really coach you up. Or as they say in the backwoods of Nebraska, learn you up. We're going to learn you up on Social Security coaching. And if you want to go the seminar route, fine. If not, fine. If you want to go that radio route, we can help you. IAMS does a lot of marketing, helping with the producer get in front of people. Steve, I'm going to turn this over to you. I can hear you rumbling there in the background, so I know you're on. So let's take this and see if we have any questions, and then we will button it up for the week.
Thank you, Dave. Very good stuff. As you all see, the poll is up, ready for you. There are a couple questions, and I will show you all where to see. There's a couple questions regarding getting this presentation, which we don't send out the slides, but we do make the presentation available on our website. So I'll show you how to view those. All of our presentations, or most of them, are out there. Dave, before you got on, I talked a little bit about radio and seminars, and I mentioned the pricing a little bit on seminars and what that entails. Would you go over that for everybody, the kind of seminars, how they work, what the pricing includes?
Sure. So $2,950, $50 shy of $3,000. So what happens is we guarantee you, IAMS does, 35 people to sign up. 35. That isn't how many people are guaranteed to show. It won't be all of those people, but hopefully you'll get a fair share of them. 35 guaranteed to sign up. And we've averaged truly much more than that. But that's just a minimum. If not, we start giving the money back pro ratally. Pro rata. I guess pro ratally isn't a word, is it, Steve?
I don't think it is, Steve.
But you know what I meant. That's the important thing.
Yes.
Pro rata.
Return your funding pro rata basis.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, pro ratily, gee, Dave. Okay, so yeah, but we give back that money. If you don't have enough come in, no, we would, and we've done it a few times, but not many at all. And we've been really having, after this kind of post-pandemic, a lot of people coming to those Social Security, and plus Social Security is in the news right now, and a lot of it's negative. It's kind of hate Social Security, stop Social Security. They're going to mess with my Social Security. People are concerned about that, and we're getting more people signed up and more people coming to the workshop. $2,950. You get my presentation, 44 slides. Some of those were shown today. You get 3 coaching sessions from me. If you know Social Security inside and out, you don't need it. But most people, even the ones, Steve, that really know Social Security, they normally want the coaching too, just to, even if it's 1 or 2 sessions. But we give 3. IAMS pays for me to coach you for 3 sessions on Social Security. Lynn and Natalie Amy from our office, Lynn mainly, she does the marketing and she handles, we have a third party vendor that does the mailing. We got a third party, that vendor does a really, really good job. It's by Facebook marketing. And I'm working with a guy right now, Steve, Larry, down in Florida. And he's done business with us before, and he thought he had very good success. He tried another vendor and just didn't have much luck with it. And he said, "How can there be that much difference between 2 vendors with Facebook? The guy we use is good. I mean, he really is. I think
That's a nice job.
I don't think he has a secret sauce, but I think the sauce is darn good.
Mm-hmm.
And he's coached with Facebook. He paid thousands and thousands of dollars to kind of understand how their algorithms are, and he's excellent. I mean, he does, lots of the Social Security workshops for us. So all that entails about $2,950, and then I coach you up on Social Security, and you can call me for questions about the presentation of Social Security itself. I'm here to help you. That's another facet of this that most programs with other field marketing organizations, and I'm talking with from small to some of the very biggest, they don't have someone that will handhold you and walk with you hand in hand. That's something that I will do.
Good, very helpful. So, Larry, just to clarify, so it will always be $2,950 for 35 registrants, which if you look around, you're going to find that is ridiculously inexpensive compared to what other vendors are offering for that. Now, additionally, if you want to think of it that way, for free, for your first one, you get the seminar itself, you get free access to the calculation software, which will make available to you for 90 days. You get Dave's coaching, and that includes coaching through the seminar process. So it's not just Social Security coaching, but he also helps you understand, how to work your way through, making sure you get as many of those registrants there as possible, how you do the seminar itself. We have a video of Dave doing a seminar that you can review. And then, of course, the post part of it, which is very important, converting those folks to potential clients, and then, working with them with their assets. So Dave walks you through all that. So we like the coaching aspect of seminars, the fact that you kind of get that thrown in on your first one, and you really get a very reasonable, probably a price that's actually too low for your 35 registrants. If you look around, you're going to find that other vendors are going to be much higher than that, and that's because we're in this business to help you do business. So we're not in the business to make money on the seminar itself, but rather to help you meet new people. And then if you're successful, we're successful. So that's why it works that way. I know it seems a little unbelievable on the face of it, but it's a pretty good deal, and it's meant to be a pretty good deal. So if you have any more questions on that, Larry, just give us a call back here. You can give me a call at the office, 800-255-5055. So we've got a couple people that have done seminars in the past, Dave, and maybe not had as good a conversion from the seminars as maybe they could. It sounds like that's been a struggle for them. What input do you have for folks? Because I know initially, way back when, 10, 12 years ago, that was something that you had to work your way through as well. What advice would you give people about that, to how to convert to actual business?
Okay. Yeah, well, you're talking about a financial um, kind of engine, meaning Social Security, but it's not an investment, is it? It works just like a government lifetime annuity. It's already preset in for you. So when you're given that seminar, there's nothing to be made unless you charge for the seminar or charge for the appointment, which nobody does, Steve. Virtually, I've never have. Um, they're coming in and they want to know about Social Security, but that 5 pillars of income we talked about in the slide presentation during the webinar. You got wages, pensions, income producing assets like 401ks, 403bs, IRAs, Roths, etc., and then your RMDs are traditionals, Social Security. That third one, like just the 401k, I mean, I can't tell you how much business that we work with because you need to know that because you might be able to can take from your if you have enough money, take from your investments and let your income grow, guaranteed to grow by the U.S. government each month is guaranteed to grow up to the age of 70. So what happens is that is a trick kind of going, but I do it to that 5 pillars of income. And then what I try to do is I try to distinguish an asset. Might not be all of it, but it might be like I had one earlier in the week that was they Steve 35 years ago they put in like $24,000 or whatever. It was is worth. Guess what it was worth 30 years later? It was in it. It was it,
20,000.
no. 30 years later? No.
Some people
Steve,
have very bad results.
no, this one had good results, and it was well over 100,000. It was, yeah,
Nice.
and so it averaged about 5.5 or 6%. But they couldn't believe they hadn't looked at their statement. I mean, we had to dig it on out. Well, you know what? We rolled that over. We rolled that over. I mean, it was something that they weren't managing. They didn't see how it's done. And now they're saying, what kind of risk was I taking to do that? Well, they had like a 60/40 stock bond. Last year was down 16%. So, they just didn't want it to go down any. Well, it was a pretty good fixed index sale. So there's just ways to go on in and transition that business. But we do it kind of off that 5 pillars of income. And that really gives people the starting blocks to be able to do that.
That's very helpful. I do think that's one of the things that scares people off from seminars and radio around Social Security marketing is they feel like they're just going to be giving Social Security advice, and certainly that's part of it. But obviously, what you're talking to people about is their retirement income, and
Yep.
in our business, that's what we want to be talking to people about. So
Yep.
really good transitioning. Nobody asked about radio, but I'll show them. I know you've got a runner point, but I'll show them your website,
Okay.
Retirement Box Radio website, so they can see what you see a podcast and hear what that sounds like as well. So
Yep.
the only other question I had is what I mentioned early on, and I will also show you all where to find the recordings of these. So if you want to go back and refer to them, there are probably 5 or 6 recordings on our website or more of this webinar, which you can go back and listen to that probably cover different things, answer different questions that you may have some interest in. I know all of you, or all but one of you, wants to have a conversation with David. You'll get a call from Lisa Marie. She has his calendar, and she will get that appointment set up. I'm guessing, Dave, that's not going to be at this point today. I know you're pretty chock full of appointments, but maybe early next week would probably be when that phone call could potentially happen. So if there are no other questions, I'm going to close that poll, and I'm going to show you all where to find the recordings of these events from Retirement Boss Radio. Dave, is there anything that you want to add before we do that?
No, go right ahead. In fact, this is interesting. I did have an appointment right after this, and that got rescheduled yesterday. So I'm going to stick on, and I can kind of go through this website also.
Perfect. So we'll start with Retirement Boss Radio so that you can see it. And I actually, the other day, Dave, after you left, I tried to play your podcast, and I could hear it fine, but no one else could. So that does not work, but at least I can show them.
Okay.
Where it's at. So it's www.retirementbossradio, which I sent out as a chat message to you all. And there's a lot of good information here. You can learn a little bit more about. This is a good white paper for sure. But if you want to actually listen to a podcast, which I think is probably the most valuable thing for you to do, those are down here at the bottom. And so they're just little podcasts. You can see that Dave's got them recorded here, and he's got them the podcast in about 26 minutes. That's half of a radio show, basically. And Dave, you might tell them how that works, how you record them in halves and how you guys arrange that so it's easier for you and a little bit less expensive.
Sure. Did you put it up on the screen, Steve, or not?
Oh, wait, let me take the poll down. You can't see it because the poll's still up, probably.
Okay. All right. Aren't you glad I stuck around?
Yes. I'm always glad we're around.
Hey, retirementbossradio.com. And so, we've got a new, it's not a really, they call them a podcast, but it's an episode, a 30-minute. We record for 30 minutes, and then we pick up another recording for 30 minutes. That gives us the hour show. And so it just shows all of our every single week we're uploading the newest 30-minute segment. And I'll tell you right now, you'll get a real good feeling. You're going to sound like that. I mean, the production company does a very, very good job. We have an inbound call center, even though it's a recorded show. Just as long as you've got a computer, you can absolutely record the show. There is a mic and professional microphone, headphones, and a little sound box that you need to buy about $250 worth. But once you have that, you can go anywhere and sound like you're in the darn studio. But our production company is extremely good at what they do. They make you sound extremely good. They take out any kind of the bloopers or any kind of they edit it. They get it to exactly the hour. They promote you with ads during the week. I think I got, if I'm not mistaken, I either got 10 or 15 20-second ads that promotes my show each and every week. There's just a lot of cool things. If you've ever thought about radio, you should think about it. I mean, it is. I'm not saying it's cheap. I mean, $3,500 to $4,000 a month. But boy, when you can be on for an hour on a big AM station, as long as your area's got 100,000 people or more, I think you'd be very, very surprised and really happy about the results that you'd get from radio marketing, in your target area.
Yeah, there's no doubt. That's probably it. I look at that as probably the single biggest area of untapped opportunity here at IAMS is the opportunity on the radio side. And when you think about that, you're probably looking at the cost of about a seminar, maybe a seminar and a half per month, but you're on the radio.
Or Steve, I don't think it's as expensive as the old dinner seminars we used to give.
No,
agreed.
Yeah. I still have guys spending $6,000-7,000 a month just on their invitations to get enough people to dinner seminars. And people worry like, hey, I'm going to do a radio show and I'm going to get a bunch of 40-year-olds. What kind of calls or what kind of appointments get set for you when people call into your appointment centers during the radio show? Or does anybody 35 years old ever ask for an appointment?
Yeah, once in a great while, but it's old guys, it's old gals. That's who listens to radio, AM talk radio. I would say, you know what? I listened. I just rode my bike about a week ago, my outside bike, and I listened to a podcast. It's the first time I've ever listened to a podcast, and I liked it. It was a 2020, some kind of criminal, serial killer. I don't know what, but I liked it. It was fine. But you know what? I listen to radio all the time, and that's what guys and gals that are 58, 59, 62, 65, they're listening to that AM radio, and no doubt that it slants conservative. But whether your political beliefs are left or right, the color of money is green, and we're trying to. It's not blue, it's not red. We're just trying to do the best for our client, and I've got great Democratic clients and I've got great Republican clients. And so my goal is just to help them with their money, and radio is a wonderful way to reach many of those people you would never get to reach if you were just calling or on your own or referrals. It's a very, very good source for lead generation.
And I would end with this. We know that here at IAMS that radio works. We know that in the right situation with if the marketplace that you're in demographics are right and we can get the right time and the right radio station, we know that success is at the end of that rainbow. So whatever we can do to help you, if that requires us to maybe make some financial commitments with you to make that work, give us a call. Give me a call here at the office. It's 800-255-5055. if you have some interest in doing radio, and we can let's have a look at your area and see if it's something, if it's an area with the opportunity that's good, and let's talk about how IAMS can actually help you from a financial standpoint to make that happen, because it will. I know it's going to come back to us, and I know it's going to come back to you, and the opportunity is just too great. Let's take a minute now, and I'm just going to show you all, if I can get it to happen. I'm going to show you where you can go back and see this, a replay of the show if you'd like to. So this is our website. There is a login. You know, most people are registered. If you're not registered, I would encourage you to do so that you can log in. But the good news is that if you're not even registered on our website yet and you still want to listen to what we have on our YouTube channel, you can do that really easily. You just go up and click on the YouTube icon in the upper right hand corner of our website, which I probably did that quicker than I should have. So it's right here. That's out in the upper right hand corner of our website. Click on that. It will take you to our YouTube channel. And a lot of people, what they will do is they'll say, hey, I want to go to Social Security. So they'll go up in the search bar and type in Social Security. That's all of YouTube. If you just want to do it on our channel, which would just be our recordings, and you go down to this search and you type in Social Security, you type in preset appointments, or you type in Retirement Boss Radio or whatever, and you can see that we have literally hundreds of episodes of that are informational and educational that can help you through the maze of things that we do here at IAMS, and the maze of financial opportunities and carriers and products that you can look at with us. So a lot of good stuff there on our YouTube channel. I encourage you, if you don't utilize that already, some of these are going to be half hours, some of these are going to be 45 minutes. We do some 2020s that we try and keep to about 20 minutes, that are like, here's one that was done yesterday by Dave and Lisa, that was a sales focus on required minimum distributions. It talks about the opportunity working with your clients with required minimum distributions. There's also one about in-service withdrawals. It's very good. 20 minutes, spend 20 minutes to learn about some things that can help you grow your business substantially. So all really good stuff. Appreciate if you have any questions on that, you give us a call. There's our number again, 800-255-5055. You can see here that you're going to call us and you're going to get a live body. We don't do voicemail. Get a new phone system. And he said, well, how do you want to set up the voicemail? And I said, we don't do voicemail here. We have an answering machine that comes on from about 6:30 at night to 7:30 in the morning. Otherwise, when you call in, you're going to get a live answer of somebody on the phone. It could be me, could be one of the other owners here. It could be any one of our 55, 60 employees, but you're going to get a live answer. So that's a differentiator here at IAMS, and I like to think that that is just a reflection of the level of care that we have for the people that choose to do business with us. So thank you for joining us here this morning. I know we've gone just a little bit over, but I appreciate you taking some time out of your busy schedule on a Friday. If you have any questions, give us a call. It's 800-255-5055. Many of you are going to get a call from Lisa Marie here probably before the day is out, and she will talk to you about getting that appointment set up with Dave. And my guess is at this point that would probably be early next week. Thank you again for joining us. Have a great finish to your sales week. Dave, is there anything you want to add as we close up?
No, hey, thank you very much for taking time out today. And if I can help in any way, certainly give us a call and tell them the 800 number one last time, Steve.
So 1-800-255-5055, the same 800 number for the last 36 and a half years.
That is great. Well, hopefully we can talk to you a bunch next week, and have a great weekend.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.